Finally, something good. Finally. Hi, VGTM here. Really quick before I get into the main Nintendo conference. I know I was saying since day one I'll do Capcom stuff, but Capcom didn't really have much. Like, sure they announced what they were going to show, but they didn't really have too much. Like, I'm glad for Ace Attorney fans and Monster Hunter Stories fans. But that was about it. So that was my Capcom reaction. Good for them, but overall, eh. But Nintendo, that's the main thoughts on today. Nintendo came out swinging and saved E3 temporarily because the rest of the show was not good. But Nintendo did really good, even though I'm only gonna play like one of these games. So they started off with Smash, and Kazuya Mishima is in Smash. That's fucking nuts. I can't think of anyone who predicted that. They thought it was going to be a Fire Emblem character again, or a Pokemon character, or, like Crash, or Doom Guy, or Ryu, or anyone else. But, like, we got Kazuya Mishima instead. Nobody predicted that at all. I do have a reaction to that. It'll be in my playlist and in the description. I don't know if there will be a reaction to the entire direct up yet, but as of right now, of me recording, at least the Kazuya one's up, so you can check out the description or my reaction playlist to see me and my friends react to Kazuya in Smash, and I mess up almost calling him Geese 3 times. Sorry, because I see a shirtless guy being thrown off, about to throw something off, I think Geese, but like, yeah, it wasn't Geese, it was Kazuya. But yeah, they came out with Kazuya. I'm not gonna be playing as him, but like he looks straight ripped out of Tekken. Like, it's nuts. Like, he even has a 10-hit string, which I don't know how the hell you implement that into Smash, but they did. And there's gonna be a presentation on him later in the month, so you can get more information on that. But yeah, wow, Kazuya and Smash. That's nuts. Nuts. And the fact that I don't even play Tekken and I got excited makes you know that this was a good one. And then after that, they had Life is Strange coming to the Switch, which is cool. Guardians is also coming to the Switch. It's probably not going to run that well. A new Worms game is coming. I don't know if it's new or just getting ported to the Switch, but there's going to be a new Worms game. Some RPG I'm not too familiar with. I think, was it, it's either Dear Villagers or Astria. I think it's Astria Ascending. I think Dear Villagers is the developers. Astria Ascending, I think, is the game. I like the art style a lot, but I don't know much about it. Oh yeah, okay, so it was the Astria Ascending is the game. 2 Point Campus, never heard of anything about 2 Point until today, but I guess people seem to like it, so that's a good one. Like, even like their worst parts are still just like fine, just because I don't like it doesn't mean other people won't. So that's good for them. This was leaked beforehand, but now there's gonna be Super Monkey Ball remasters coming to the Switch, which is really cool. I've played one Monkey Ball game. While it's not my thing, it is really fun. It's just the whole physics-based rolling around thing is just not for me, but it was still fun. I still had fun if I didn't like overall, want to play more. All those mini games I played were pretty fun. So there's that. So the remastered collection coming to Switch. A new Mario Party game, which is Mario Party Superstars, which I guess is more or less like a collection of like their best mini games from Mario Party's past. That's pretty cool. Mario Party's always been a thing I play casually. It's never been like a huge thing for me. So like, yeah, cool, another Mario Party, but nothing like, oh, he's sick, another Mario Party. So the Kazuya thing was just really big, but it's still gonna get some better stuff later on too. So, so for Metroid fans, they did announce they're still working on Metroid Prime 4, but that's literally it. But in terms of the main Metroid series, we now have Metroid 5, or its official title, Metroid Dread, which is being made by the people who made the Metroid 2 remake. It looks pretty cool. Like, I'm not gonna play it, but it looks really slick. Like, this, I was watching some of the Treehouse stuff afterwards with it. It looks cool, and like, they actually seem to actually put more of the horror elements into this, which is good. Because they have these very Aperture Science looking robots that hunt you, which is really cool, kind of like the SAX, but like way more fluid and less scripted. At least right now they seem less scripted. But yeah, Metroid Dread, new Metroid game, looks really cool. They have more melee options as well, so it's not just that one counterattack. You can slide now. Fusions, it does take place after Fusions sets. I guess Fusions is technically Metroid 4, I guess. Because wouldn't Super Metroid be Metroid 3, I guess? Yeah, so Metroid Dread, that's pretty sick, and it looks gorgeous, too. I wonder how Ridley's going to factor into this, because there's going to be a Ridley fight, but, how... He's been, decimated and destroyed so often, I have no idea how he's going to factor into this, but he will. There's going to be a Ridley fight at some point. They didn't show it, but it's clear. It does seem to be a very ice-based planet right now, which is kind of cool. No pun intended. But yeah, I'm not going to play it, but that seems really exciting for all Metroid fans. What else? Oh, and those amiibo look really slick. I won't deny that. Those amiibo look awesome. Oh yeah, there's also an enemy that can insta-kill you. Yeah, an insta-kill in a Metroid game. That's going to be frustrating and scary, because you don't want to get insta-killed. Just Dance. Okay, whatever. Cruisin' Blast, an arcadey racing game. Looked pretty sick. Apparently there are arcades of it that have been out since 2016, I think. But yeah, that looked pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I don't know if I'll get it, but it looked pretty sick. I love arcade games. Not all the time, but once in a while you just have a pure, this game was made for arcades, but can still be fun on home console. Oh, arcade games are just the best. Just play the game and don't worry about it. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot's coming to Switch. I mean, okay. I mean, the new DLC also just came out, so that might be with it. But, yeah, Kakarot's an alright game, from what I'm told. I never played it, but, it just gets kind of grindy. Even in the story missions, which is not the best. They had more on the Mario Golf stuff, which is cool. Super Rush. There's either a new Fatal Frame or just one of the Fatal Frames are coming to Switch. And of course my computer's freaking out because it freaks out with everything I do. More on Monster Hunter Stories 2. Good for fans of those. I'm going to stick to the main series with Rise and everything. Unless Rise is considered a spin-off, in which case I'll just stick to more traditional Monster Hunter games. There was a new WarioWare game. And it works a little differently this time. It's still minigame based, but you actually play as Wario interacting with the minigames, which is cool. And because of that, because you have a little icon for him, you now have co-op. Co-op WarioWare is awesome. I played very little WarioWare games, but I still had fun with them. So co-op one would be really, really cool. Let's see what else was there. Oh, they finally showed more for Shin Megami Tensei 5. I'm not gonna play it, but that game was announced back when the Switch was announced, for Christ's sake. So they finally showed more of Shin Megami Tensei 5. It does look similar to Persona in some aspects, but that makes perfect sense. I'm not gonna get it, but it looks really cool, visually wise, and the fact that you can recruit your enemies also, which I think Persona does as well, to my knowledge. Let's see. What else was there? Oh yeah, Danganronpa collection is coming to Switch. I know they have a huge following. I've never played it myself, just watched a playthrough of the first game. And I watched the anime of the first game too. It's a fun detective visual novel based series, so there's that. That's coming to Switch. What else was there? I think 4 games are coming to the Switch in a collection. I think that's what it was. I already mentioned Fatal Frame. The Doom Eternal DLC is coming to Switch now too, so that's cool. Get some true manly games on Switch. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 is coming to Switch if it hasn't already, or maybe the DLC for it, one or the other. Strange Brigade. I don't know exactly what this was. It was some multiplayer shooter set in Egypt or something. I don't know exactly. I like the look of the enemies and the Egyptian things, but your main characters look really generic as shit. They showed more of Mario and Rabbids, at least a little bit. Not too much more, but a little more. Oh yeah, the remake of Advance Wars, I think 1 and 2, or just remake of Advance Wars is coming. Never played Advance Wars, this was never my thing, but that's good for Advance Wars fans. The art style looks a little odd. Wouldn't say it's bad. It just seems a little weird. Yeah, Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. So I guess it's the first two games are coming to the Switch. And then they end the show with basically it wasn't even 40 minutes. It was like 38 minutes. But like the show went by really fast. And they got a lot done. But the end of the show was mostly Zelda based. So they first showed the more stuff for the expansion pass for Hyrule Warriors. Hyrule Warriors is a fun game. Got really grindy if you're trying to get to 100%, but still a really fun game. If anyone hasn't played it, you definitely should. So they showed off. Let me just make sure I get everything I want to talk about. So it looks like Guardians might be playable, at least in some respect, which is awesome. Like, that's really cool. You finally get to play as those monstrosities you've been trying to avoid for 2 games. Yeah, that's really cool. Link gets his new weapon. It's like grappling hook nunchucks. I want you to really think about that. Think about the twin claw shot from Twilight Princess, but nunchucks. It's really cool. Like, I would love to see this. Like, obviously, it won't be this cool in a main Breath of the Wild game, but I would love to see this in a main Breath of the Wild game. But yeah, twin nunchuck grappling hooks. Little alterations to some enemies. Enemies can now throw bombs, apparently, or at least some can. Zelda gets a new weapon, not Link. Zelda gets a new weapon, which is the Master Cycle or Ancient Bike, whatever it's called. Yeah, she gets the motorcycle from the Breath of the Wild DLC. That's pretty cool. I don't know how it's gonna play. I hope it plays somewhat like Cavalier Angelo. That'd be fucking awesome. But yeah, that's what we got so far for the expansion stuff. There's going to be more stuff, of course. Like, there's obviously going to be more playable characters. Yeah, the battle-tested Guardian is the new playable character. So I guess you can just fully... Oh, they consider it a flail. Not claw shot, a flail. Okay. Yeah, the Master Cycle. A new difficulty level. I did not know about that. New challenges. Stuff like that. Okay, yeah, so... That's Wave 1. That's the new stuff. That's pretty cool. Then Aonuma came on talking about Skyward Sword HD, because of course. Not going to even bother with that. But, what they did mention, which was the end of the show, which I did actually guess on the live stream, if the live stream gets uploaded, I'll show you that. The show ended, thankfully, on the other game I'm going to get from this, the only game I'm going to get from this direct, honestly. Oh, actually, sorry, before I get to that, they did have a Zelda Game & Watch thing, which is going to have, Zelda 1, 2, Link's Awakening, and then a kind of Zelda reskin of a normal Game & Watch game, like the Whack-A-Mole one, or Vermin, or whatever it's called. Yeah, Vermin. Which is pretty cool, a nice Game & Watch for Legend of Zelda. Kind of neat. I know it's part of Game & Watch to have the clock on the screen, but boy, is that distracting. But... the main thing that got me the most excited, even more than Kazuya, is they finally showed us Breath of the Wild 2. Finally. Like, the graphical style looks updated, which is great. Link has a new look. Like, you still have this classic look, but now he looks a little more like a barbarian. He has his hair let out. It's a little longer. He's wearing something different. His arm is corrupted. And I'll get to that in a second. My god. And, like... I was fearing that, like, oh, what's going to be the same map again? No, I'm guessing most of your map is now in the sky. You actually need to fly from area to area somehow, which I don't know how it's going to work, but that's going to be so cool. Oh my god, this game looks gorgeous. Jesus Christ. If you have not seen the trailer, watch the trailer. Oh, and apparently roaming bosses can now have bases on them. Like, the freaking Stone Talus has a little mini Bokoblin base on it, or Moblin base, or whatever. Yeah, I'm guessing the Sheikah Slate gets implanted into Link's arm or something. Like, merging with his arm. He essentially gets his own Devil Bringer, but, like... God, that design is awesome. Yeah, like, Link... Oh, it wasn't just stopping time. He rewound time. Oh, my God. Okay. I didn't notice that before. And then he's... a weapon that can shoot... either a flamethrower weapon? Oh, my God. Okay. Yeah, and there's also a thing where he can stick himself through platforms, like, fly up to them and stick it through it. That could be pretty helpful for traversal. Yeah, most of it seems to be pretty airborne, which is cool. Looks like Hyrule actually went into the air. Kind of like reverse... Oh my god, I just realized this. Oh my god, I just realized this. Okay. Skyward Sword is the beginning of the timeline, and everything's in the sky. And as of right now, Breath of the Wild is at the end of the timeline. And not only does it start with him skydiving some Skyward Sword, now the land of Hyrule is rising back into the sky. Oh, I just realized that this series is actually finding a way to come full circle. Okay, well, hopefully this, since it's open world, the whole open sky will be implemented better than it did in Skyward Sword, as opposed to just being three disjointed areas where you go to the surface level and everything like that. Yeah, I have no doubt there's going to be way more analytical videos for weeks about Breath of the Wild 2. But that's what got me the most excited besides Kazuya, because I'm not even going to play as Kazuya. Breath of the Wild 2, we finally got something. I hope Ganondorf is the final boss, and I hope it's better than Breath of the Wild's final boss. I am excited to play this. I really am. So, obviously Nintendo won. Like, even though I'm going to be only getting one of these games, like, they still had a strong presentation. They still had tons of things for people. It was great. And then E3 overall was not the best. There were still some things. There was a couple games. Xbox had a couple games looking forward to. Fuck everyone else. I like Strangers of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. I'm gonna play that game. Fuck what everyone else thinking about their dumb opinions. There was another game that wasn't revealed on the main stage, or it wasn't on one of the bigger ones, Solstice, Breath of the Wild 2. There was some stuff for me personally, but overall, besides Nintendo, E3 this year was kind of not the best. So, yeah, I don't think I'll do one on Bandai Namco. I don't think I will. So that was E3 2021. Not the greatest. Nintendo helped, but either next year, they better do something good overall, or maybe E3 should just die, honestly. But yeah. Those are my thoughts on E3 2021. Nintendo did well, and there were some games from various companies I was excited for, but overall, yikes.